Hey, I'm Jackie from Social Coach, and this is James, and today we're going to be telling you guys about the weird secret to success with beautiful women.
Most guys, including me, for the first 30 years of my life, thought to get an attractive girl, you've got to be rich and handsome and tall and charismatic and have nice cars and that sort of thing. I'm not saying that stuff can't help in some way, but what we're going to teach you today is so much more important, and you're probably not going to believe it. You ready? Find out what makes her heart sing and get her talking about it. Repeat. Find out what makes her heart sing and get her talking about it, and be a good listener. So in my sort of mid-30s, when I finally started to have some success with women and some beautiful women, one of the biggest things I realized about them was that their core, so many beautiful women are actually quite lonely. And one of the reasons they're so lonely is that no one ever really listens to them. When a guy meets a beautiful woman, he's either scared and nervous and bumbling, or he's trying to impress her, and there's this select few guys who, they meet a beautiful woman, they're immediately conniving how to get into her pants. So what I found with beautiful women, and this is one of the most powerful things, if you can actually just ask some good questions, which usually are open-ended questions, and listen to them, you've beaten 98% of guys. And if you can add some skillful touch and escalation, which we talk about in our courses and other videos to that, it's very, very powerful. So I think Jackie's got some important things to say on this subject.
Open-ended questions, listening, so important. It happens very rarely, but if a guy asks me a great open-ended question, it makes me so excited. You know, I love feeling like, yes, finally. We want to show you who we are inside, but so rarely are we actually given the opportunity, because people don't ask great questions. And even if they do happen to stumble upon a great question, they'll interrupt us, they won't really listen, and we're left like, oh, do you even care? Are you listening? Like, I feel like I have something to say here. I love talking about stuff that excites me. I love feeling passionate and actually being listened to. The interruption thing is so huge. So if you can just sit and listen, just learn a couple of really great open-ended questions. And instead of thinking, like a lot of men do, that you need to do so much to get a woman attracted to you, just remember, do less. In this moment, do nothing. Just sit and listen. Say nothing. I don't care if you have amazing insight. Zip it, okay? Leave it until she has finished. Let her exhaust herself talking. If she wants to talk for 2 hours, you have done an amazing job at asking a great question. Don't ruin it by interrupting her. Don't ruin her flow of showing you, this is who I am. I want you to know who I am. Don't ruin that by interrupting her and then telling her all about you, trying to impress you, okay? I know that men like to advertise, but we don't need you to advertise. What we love, what we crave is you finding out who we are. And one of the best tools to find out who a woman is to ask her a great question. So recently I went on a date that overall was amazing. I had a great time. But several times, he did ask me great open-ended questions, and I was like on a roll, I was telling my stories, and then he interrupted me and maybe told me a little bit about him, and I was just like, like that sucks, man, because it ruins my flow. It stops me from showing him who I am. And then in a way, I almost don't feel as appreciated for what I'm sharing, right? Because to share, that shows vulnerability. It shows that a woman likes you if she wants to share that with you. And by you listening, she will feel so much more attracted to you. She'll like you so much more just by you sitting there and saying nothing, because we get that so rarely. So in that instance with this guy that I went on a date with, it's not that I'm not interested at all in his perspective, but what he could have done is waited until I finished speaking, paused a little bit, then told me about his perspective, but kept it brief, and then asked another great open-ended question. Then I would have felt much more attracted to him and much more appreciated.
Great. There's absolute oceans of wisdom in what Jackie just said. If I can give a bit of male context, guys, we make friends with guys, and you know, we've got, whether it's jiu-jitsu or travel or business or whatever, boxing, football, whatever your thing is, you make friends with guys who have similar interests in common, and then we just do this, what I think is pretty lame, where we exchange facts and data. I got a 8-cylinder car, or a whatever. I got this score in cricket or this score in football. That's what we do. So we exchange in short bite-sized chunks. Whereas if you actually sit and study two close girlfriends when they're actually having coffee with each other, if I can just model with Jackie, it's like they're sitting staring in each other's eyes, looking at each other, holding hands, just basically talking intensively for 10, 15, 20 minutes at a time, listening and nodding. So what you need to do if you want to succeed with women is adopt some of their communication patterns, which, as Jackie said, open-ended questions, listen, really listen. Listen to not just what she's saying, but what she's feeling, and don't interrupt. So there you go. Find out what makes her heart sing and get her talking about it. It probably wasn't what you're expecting as this sort of almost magic superpower with women, but as you just heard very passionately explained by a beautiful woman, it's so important. It's so important. Men and women have radically different communication styles. Just one little thing. If she really loves makeup or collecting shoes, don't sit and listen like it's the most important thing you've ever heard, because that's not genuine. But find out something you've got some level of interest in, and just let her talk about it. And as you heard, women value it more than anything, particularly the most beautiful women who are constantly objectified and drooled over and got nervous around, or, you know, pursued with, you know, for one thing only. This is just the second video I've made like this. If you enjoyed this, and you'd like us to answer your questions, please put them down below, and we might be making a video for you in future.
So if you got something out of this video, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll see you in our next video.
Ciao. Hey, so if you got something out of that video and you want to find out more on similar topics, click over to the left here. And if you want a fantastic free gift from us, something over and above what we give you on YouTube, click over to the right there.